Most people that have been to Italy will probably have heard of Lake Garda, but how many other lakes in Italy have you heard of? Have you heard of Lake Sorapis, or Lago di Braies, or Lago di Tenno, or Lago di Landro, or Lake Levico? There are hundreds of incredible lakes to be visited in northern Italy, each one prettier than the last. Ranging from deep turquoise lagoons to super clear alpine lakes, to family-friendly resorts, beautiful swimming spots, lakes greener than I've ever seen in my whole life. You could actually spend weeks driving around northern Italy looking for one of the dreamiest, prettiest lakes in the world. In this video, I'm going to talk you guys through my top 7 lakes to visit in northern Italy and why I think you guys would love each and every one of them. Number 1, Lago di Sorapis, or Lake Sorapis. I've chosen this as my number 1 lake on my list as it was the most difficult lake to get to and one of the most beautiful. So it takes 3 to 4 hours, or sometimes, if you're like me and my friend Lorna, maybe 6 hours to hike to the top of this incredible lake. And when you get to the top of the lake, you're still actually at the foot of the mountain, the foot of Sorapis mountain. And it's quite a challenging trek. It involves some via ferratas, which are these crazy cliff top walks where there's these steel cables attached to the rock face, and you kind of hold on and you kind of climb your way up holding onto these steel cables. So when you eventually do reach this absolutely incredibly blue, just stunning lake, your jaw will just drop and you will just be so thankful that you finished the hike and that you made it to the lake. And if you're feeling super brave, you can actually jump into the lake and go for a swim in one of the coldest lakes in Italy. The second lake on my list is Lago di Braies. This is one of the most famous lakes in all of Italy and probably one of the most photographed. You've probably seen this lake all over Instagram because you've got this perfect blue lake and then you've got the mountains behind it perfectly reflected, and then you've got this small little wooden cabin with about 10 or 12 little wooden boats dotted around the lake. And if you come just after sunrise, which is when a lot of people will arrive, you can get these picture perfect, postcard perfect pictures of the mountains reflected in the lake. All these perfect boats just sitting side by side on this totally still lake. It's just stunning. There's also a lot of really good walks that you can do around the lake. There's a hotel right near the lake, but it does get very busy and it is one of the most popular places to visit in that area. But it still deserves a place on this list. It's absolutely gorgeous, it's dreamy, it's a photographer's heaven. Lake number 3 on my list is Lago di Carezza, Carezza Lake. This is a really easy lake to get to. It's not too far from Cortina d'Ampezzo, and if you're driving in the north of Italy, say from Trento or the Trentino region, and you're crossing over to Venezia, you will pass by this lake on the road. It's literally right next to the road. You can see the entire lake as you drive past. And a lot of people actually confuse this lake with Lake Louise in Canada and some of the other mountain lakes in Canada, as it has these mountains behind it, this gorgeous forest, and then this crazy clear blue water. So it's a great photo spot, great place to stop just for say 30 minutes, get some photos, go for a small walk, get back in the car and keep driving to Cortina. Also located in the Venezia region and again close to Cortina d'Ampezzo is Lago di Landro. This lake is not very well known. There's no defined walking paths in or around it. So again, it is very much just a photo spot. But the green, like this crazy green color of this lake just blew my mind. When me and my friend were driving past, we didn't even know about it. We like jumped out of the car, grabbed the drone, started flying the drone over this lake. There was no one else around. We couldn't believe this crazy deep kind of cloudy green color of the lake, and then again mountains behind it. So gorgeous place to stop. Definitely recommend Lago di Landro. Okay, number 5 on my list is in the Trentino region. It is Lake Levico. It's very family friendly. There's a lot of really nice resorts, hotels, restaurants in the area, a lot of nice swimming spots. There's sort of like wooden piers that have different levels that you can run and jump off. So very good for young people and for families. Again, it's this gorgeous turquoise color. It's super green. There are a lot of swings near the lake that you can kind of swing from the shoreline and drop into the lake. A lot of people doing paddle boats, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, canoeing, sailing. So a lot of fun things to do on this lake. And again, there is a walkway the entire way around Levico Lake. Takes about, I think it's about 8 kilometers long, 2 to 3 hours, allowing time to stop, take photos, go for a swim. But yeah, really nice place to go in the summer and one of the nicest lakes in Trentino. Lake number 6 on my list is Lake Garda. So obviously it is the largest lake in Italy and one of the most popular. There are a lot of resorts around the lake and a lot of picture perfect, super picturesque towns. Or else if you go to the very south of the lake where you've got Sirmione and a few other really pretty towns that you can kind of stop off in for a lunch, or Riva del Garda or Arco. It's really good for water sports, so kite surfing, sailing, windsurfing, and it's a bit calmer, so it's still nice for maybe sailing and boat trips. But really good for swimming and really good for families. And in the far north of the lake as well, there's a lot of really good hiking. So you can do like 2 to 3 to 4 hour hikes. You can go up some really big mountains. So huge lake, lots to see, lots to do. And actually in parts the water is this crazy blue like you would expect in the Maldives or the Caribbean. So it's very hard to understand, to comprehend that this is actually a lake in Italy and one of the largest lakes, I guess, in Europe. So gorgeous Lake Garda, gotta be on the list. And finally, lake number 7 is Lago di Tenno. Beautiful fairy tale like medieval town that you can walk through. It's kind of like a historian's dream, and then you can walk there to the lake. Go kayaking, you can rent stand-up paddle boards. It's really super beautiful place. Dark emerald green, beautiful to go walk around, beautiful to sail on, a lot of people swimming and a lot of families. And you can actually rent a bike in Riva del Garda and sort of. So that is it. Those are my picks of the top 7 lakes to visit in Italy. Now I know they're all in northern Italy and there's probably a lot in the south of Italy as well. But I'm just basing from my own experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to do a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know what your favorite lake is in Italy. Maybe when I go back next year I can visit a few more lakes. And if you would like to see more of my Italy videos, check out my Italy playlist. I have videos from Lombardia, from Puglia, from Trentino, and yeah, be sure to subscribe if you want more travel video inspiration.